Let's create this graphic in Penpot using plugins. You can work faster by utilizing the open source plugins we have. So first of all, I'll create a new page. Now go to the plugins page. Here I am going to use multiple plugins from here. You can directly install, or you can go inside and copy the URL and paste it here and install. Now I'll do the same for other plugins. I'm using a noise generator, type scales, minor UI icons, stock pics, and pat. I'll make this process a bit faster. Now let's create the board, and I'll give it a 1920 by 1080 in size. Now let's add the gradient. Go to the plugins and open Meshy. I'll generate gradients. Let's choose one and add to the canvas. I'll put it inside the board we created and press K to scale the gradient. So it will scale. I'll lock this for now. Now go to the noisy plugin to generate some noise. I'll give the size and I'll adjust some parameters. Let's add it to the canvas. Let's close out of it and put this inside the board and align it to the center. I'll give this blend mode overlay, and you can play with the opacity and the other blend modes if you wish. I prefer the overlay. Now let's create the type scales. Go to the type scales plugin and I'll add the augmented fourth and round the values, and I'll adjust the steps. 90 and 64 seems good combinations. I will add it to the Penpot. Now you can remove the other fonts that are generated. Let's keep only these two, and I'll copy that font and paste it here. Let's rename this. I'll change the font. And I'll reduce the line spacing, letter spacing, and give it a white color. And I'll center it on the board. Now copy that and paste it. Let's give it a white color and change its font as well. Let's change the text content and the weight. I'll center it on the board. Now adjust it. Press shift, hold shift to move it in one direction. Now go to the plugins panel again and select minor UI icons. Let's bring rocket. Now I'll resize the icon. I'll put it inside the board. Now center it and give it a white color. You can use your arrow keys to bring it down or up. I'll delete that type again. Now go to Stock Pics plugin. You can get images from Unsplash here. I'm going to search speed. I'll select random images, 2 of them. Just tap on the image and it will add to the canvas. Now let's resize this. Now give it a selection to board. Now give the board a stroke of 12 and make it white in color. And let's add the border radius to be 10 and do the same for the other image as well, so that we get a card look. Now select both of them by pressing shift and let's add a shadow, a drop shadow with 0 as the X value. Select the board and bring it inside the main board. You can rotate it and place it. Now place the next image and rotate it as well. Now for the final touch, we'll add a vector pattern. Go to the Pat plugin and configure some settings according to a preference. I will give a grid of dots, a radial gradient. You can change the colors here as well. Now you can see it is added to the canvas. Let's select the board and remove the fill color since we don't need it. Now place it inside the main board. I'll just bring it to the top like that. And let's add a border radius around 500. Now that's how you create this simple graphic using plugins. This plugins is a new feature that Penpot introduced. I hope you make use of it. Thanks for watching.